can you speak a little bit more to both your journey and your friends, and how, if that can or does lead into your trip down to Mexico for the Ibogaine stuff?
Well, that was not why I went down. I kind of kicked my opiate addiction years ago. But
do you care to talk about it?
My opiate addiction? I mean, we could go down that road.
Have you talked about it before?
No.
Yeah. I mean, it is mic drop. You know,
yeah.
So, I mean, I'd love to hear it if you're willing to share it.
I mean, yeah. Where do you want to start?
I guess from the beginning. I guess when was the first time that you took any type of opiate-based painkiller, and what happened? Like, how did it go from I had a surgery and I took X to now I'm fucking doctor shopping and hooked on the shit?
It went, all right. I had a hernia surgery back in, when was that? Probably around 2006. And I had a hernia surgery. I had to take time off work. I was working for the agency at the time. And yeah, I had hernia surgery. They put me on, I think it was Oxy. Afterward, it was it was hydrocodone. And you know, the first time I noticed anything, I used to be really big into fishing. I was living in Florida at the time, and I had just gotten on my feet, and I was like, I just want to throw a rod in the water. Can't really, you know, do much. And we were driving, and traffic just, I'm infuriated in traffic. And the guy that I went fishing with all the time was like, man, he's like, I've never seen you like this driving. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, you haven't yelled at anybody. And I was like, no shit. And I was like, it's this fucking medicine. You know, it makes me, I don't
give a fuck.
Shit doesn't get to me. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And so then I got more. You know, I got more of that. And then I started, you know, when I'd go overseas, I would go to the pharmacy and I would stock up. And then I moved to Colombia and I would stock up down there because I didn't need a script. If I did need a script, it'd take $10 to pay a doctor off to get a script, you know? And then I started exploring. I was like, well, if this shit makes me feel good, maybe I can get something to help me sleep again, because that wasn't helping me sleep. That would just numb me out. And then I got on Valium and Ambien, Xanax, clorazepam, all of the benzos. And then that led into cocaine.
No shit.
You know, yeah, man. It was, I remember when I finally got help, I walked into my psychologist's office, first meeting, and I was like, yeah, I can't fucking sleep, and I feel like shit all the time, and, you know, I self-medicate. And she's like, what are you self-medicating with? And I was like,
grab a pen, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, anything I get my hands on, any opiates I get my hands on, and then all those benzos, and I would wash it down with a thing of vodka, like a whole bottle. But anyways, going back, then that developed like another addiction, because guys like us are addicted to adrenaline, right? So I started setting up an entire cocaine network.
No shit.
And Medellín. And
fucking El Chapo 2.0 over here.
I was, well, you know, there was this, you know, a lot of wealthy.
You think you know a guy.
Yeah, you think you know a guy. There's a lot of, you know, wealthy Europeans and wealthy Americans that go down there strictly for sex.
Yeah.
You know, for the party. And when I noticed, being a team guy, it was like these guys, all these Americans, they come down, and women too, you know, they come down and they stay in like a certain 3-block radius. You know, in Medellín, it's called Parque Lleras, the El Poblado district. And these people are too fucking scared to go and talk to a Colombian about getting cocaine. And so my entrepreneurial mind kicked in, and I was like, well, I can facilitate all this.
Yeah.
So I built this network, and it started with just ground level. You know, I started making friends with the doorman. I started making friends with taxi drivers. I started making friends with strippers, hookers, you know, strip club owners, bus boys, everybody, the door guys at the strip clubs, the door guys at the regular clubs, DJs. And all these dirt balls, you know, can point you in the direction that you needed to go. And I was setting up. It was fucking fun, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like.
And so you were doing it at the time, and
I would go into the worst parts before I started making contacts at all these clubs and shit. I would go to the worst parts of Colombia, like the poorest parts. One is called Barrio Antioquia, and you can't even get in there without going through multiple police checkpoints. I would go in there with a Rolex, with $1,000 shoes on, badass sunglasses, and I would just fucking hit the street dealers. And knowing that they were going to rip me off, and I would pull out my cell phone and I'd be like, all right, I need like 20 grams of coquito, which is like the purest cocaine down there. And I wasn't buying like huge bricks or anything, but they would give me, 20 grams, knowing that they would rip me off, and I would already know what I was buying. I would plug in this thing on my calculator, the iPhone calculator,
yeah,
and I would put like 18.6789 make it look like, and then I would put the bags on there and act like it was a fucking scale. And I would be like, does this look like 20 fucking grams to you? And I would slap the shit out of the guy. And then I would say, I want to meet your boss. And he would take me to his boss. And they thought this shit was a scale. And so I would meet that boss, then to the next boss. Then people wanted to meet me, wanted to know who the fuck I am. Am I working for the government? Then
you're like, yes, but not for this.
Yeah. And that's kind of what it developed into. And I was using the entire time too, but that was feeding my addiction to adrenaline. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
And
I have no doubt that when Steve Jobs developed the calculator app for the iPhone, that's what he intended its use for.
Yeah.
That's fucking, I mean, it's scary, but it's also entertaining, funny, brilliant. I mean, it's fucking crazy, man. Like, I had no idea. You're slapping fucking drug dealers in Colombia. Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, no shit.
Broken.
I
sound like a
slow
5-year-old.
Yeah.
But
you got the job done.
But I can communicate.
Yeah.
And it worked.
So at this point, you went through the whole progression of all the painkiller type stuff and benzo medications and all that, and that led to living in Colombia and now doing cocaine, or was it kind of all at the same time?
It was all, at the same time. And I'd go to work and numb out, with Tramadol. I was taking like 500 milligrams of Tramadol a day. And I didn't realize it was a problem until I ran out of Tramadol and the pharmacies didn't fucking have any. And I was like, holy shit, this is...
Like from a withdrawal standpoint?
Yep, from a withdrawal standpoint.
What was that like?
It was, you can't move. It's, your head feels like it's in a vice, and somebody's just going, and crushing it. And you're shaky, you're dizzy, you just can't move.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, oh shit, this is an issue. And so I started weaning myself off of that. And I started weaning myself off of the opiates, and I never really did wean myself off of the benzos until it was all over.
Yeah.
And cocaine as well. But what wound up happening is I wound up basically getting run out of there.
No shit.
Yeah, I'll save some of the details. But I got run out of there, never to return. And then I went to Costa Rica. I was going to start it there again. And then I had a couple of times where I OD'd.
No shit.
In Colombia and
on
Costa
cocaine?
Rica. Yep.
What?
Cocaine, or what I would do is I would do, coke for days at a time, and then I would need to go to sleep, so I would use the benzos to come down. Or if I started getting into it where I think I was going to OD. I would counter it with benzos, and a friend told me, because I was always worried. A friend told me, hey, you don't need to worry about ODing on cocaine until things slow down. If you're going fast, it's good, but when things start slowing down, that's when the lights are about ready to go out, and that happened.
So meaning like mentally you slow down, or the pace of living slows down?
Everything. It's like you cannot, everything. It's almost like if you've been in surgery when you get sedated.
Yeah.
And or you go under anesthesia. Mm-hmm. It's almost like that, where you kind of know everything that's going on around you, but it's processing in your brain.
Oh, okay.
But you can't talk. And voices start sounding like slow, like like that.
So at that point, like your body is kicking into fucking
about ready to. You're about done.
Oh shit.
Yep. And the first time I felt that, I was like, "Holy shit! I'm gonna fucking die down here." And then my parents are gonna be super proud. There's my son, the Navy SEAL that fucking OD'd on cocaine and benzos and some shithole in fucking Colombia.
God damn.
And I left there, went to Costa Rica. I was going to do it in Panama too. And I just realized, like, this isn't gonna, party's over, man. It's not even fun anymore.
Yeah. Did you find the natural progression with all of these things that, because I've watched a lot of other interviews with whether it's drug addicts or whatever they're addicted to, but I guess specifically with these drugs, whether it's benzos, opiates, cocaine, stimulants, fucking whatever, is it the first time you do it, it's this holy fucking shit experience, and for the rest of your time doing it, you're always chasing that high, and you never quite get it, and so you are continually trying to get back to that first experience that you had with it, and it's never quite that, and it just ramps up and up, and you get so used to it to where you basically just get to the point where you're using so much of it to where you're on the verge of ODing all the time, but it's just to stave the withdrawal shittiness of not being on it. You're not even really getting high on it anymore. Were you at that point, or did that happen?
It's kind of like, you used to chew tobacco, right?
Yeah.
It's just a fucking daily
like
routine,
a habit.
You know what I mean? And that's what all of this wound up for me.
Yeah.
Was like, I had benzos to sleep, and numb me out, and my emergency stash of benzos, excuse me, if I OD'd on Coke. And then Coke was just like, it was, for me, it was like
coffee.
No different than having a coffee, a cigarette, a dip of Copenhagen. And it was just all day, every day, down there.
So for me, having never done cocaine, what is that, when you first did it, like the first time or first couple times you did it, was it that routine of no different than a dip or a high nicotine buzz, or is there, like, what is that experience like?
I just had a good time.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I just had a really good time.
Yeah. Is it a mood enhancement, or does it, like, I guess it's hard to understand. You just don't,
you just don't stop. You don't get tired. And it's this, you just want to go. Go. It's not like a euphoric feeling.
Oh, okay.
But
the way an opiate would be.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
You can't even really put your finger on it.
Yeah.
You just like it.
Yeah. I had tricep surgery. I tore my tricep a couple of years ago, and that was the first time, I was in my 40s before I ever took any type of pain medication that way, and it was Percocet. It was the first time I'd ever taken it. And I, like the first time I took it, I was like, I understand why people have a problem with this. Like, that sense of euphoria and like just this wave of, holy shit, that's incredible. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything. Like, everything's great, like super good mood. It made sense for me. Like, I took it for a few days after the surgery, and then during my my rehab process of getting the range of motion back, I did 2 days a week of really intense physical therapy where I'd be soaked in sweat at the end of it, and it was painful. And so I would take it on those days that I did that. I never had any issue quitting dipping either, or the things that I tended to like, I guess. So maybe I do know that there's a big genetic component to that of being, the being able to regulate yourself with stuff like that a lot of times is out of people's control. I'm not naive to that. I've been fortunate, I think, in not, at least from my experiences, not having had an issue with that. But I get that sense of like just overwhelming euphoria that it's like, man, that's an incredible feeling. But so cocaine's not that way at all.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. But it's, you kind of like waiting for this magnificent feeling to show up, and it just doesn't. Yeah. But you're just in a good mood. You're having a good time. I mean, I was doing it partying, and so it's kind of like, and when you got a shit ton of coke, guess what? Everybody wants to be your friend.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be your friend when you got a ton of coke, and so I think all that plays in. Women want to be your friend. Guys want to.
Hang out.
Servers want to serve you. They fight over your table because it's just, I mean, it's pretty open down there.
Yeah.
I used to go to this club down there in Medellín, and I can't remember the name of it, but they had like these black tables, like bar top tables, and they actually had lines of cocaine lacquered into the top of the table.
God damn.
So it'd be like this table right here. If you just threw a bunch of lines of flour or fucking sugar or Coke or whatever and lacquered, put polyurethane over it, then when I throw a real line out, nobody can even tell. It just looks like it's part of the decor.
God damn.
But it's just it's like a whole lifestyle, man.
Yeah. Was there a point, or at what point did you have, like you said, you had a lot of coke? Like at that point, or were there times where you had bricks of the shit in your place?
I never had like bricks. I mean, I could have. I didn't have the network that I was trying to build fully set up yet.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to like have to like weigh and scrape and weigh, and you know what I mean, and go, all right, this is a gram. I just wanted it all done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would go and buy 50, 60, maybe 100 grams that are already bagged, ready to go, ready to be sold.
Yeah. And what like in terms of if you're doing coke, how much are you taking at a time, gram wise? Is it a gram, or are you taking not even a gram?
Well, no, you're not taking a gram. I didn't. Yeah. I would do like, I mean, it's always different, but normally what I would do are like key bumps. I can't even believe I'm fucking saying this shit. But I would like dip a key into the bag and then just one up each nostril, and I'd probably do that, I don't know, 6 times an hour, maybe more.
Jesus, an hour?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
every 10 minutes.
At home, when I got back to my apartment down there, I would just dump just bags and bags and bags, and just have piles of fucking cocaine everywhere.
Yeah. God
and
damn.
because I didn't care, it was so cheap.
Yeah.
It was $5 a gram down there. Shit,
Wow.
It was for like $120 a gram. In my
Holy fuck. Is the sensation, I've always wondered, does it feel like you're snorting fucking granular shit up your nose? Like to me, I would think that would make you fucking sneeze, or like would tickle your fucking nostrils snorting fucking cocaine up it.
You get stuffy nose.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I can't imagine, like, I mean, outside the aspect of it being cocaine, but just the thought of like sniffing powder up my fucking nose, like, I don't know. To me, that's such a foreign fucking concept.
Yeah.
But
it is. It's
like the first time you did it make you sneeze, or fucking, are you like, what the fuck?
No.
Really?
It's not until you start doing a lot.
I got you.
That it,
where you really feel it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's some fascinating shit, man. I appreciate you sharing all that. At what point were you like, okay, this is a fucking problem, and I actually need to go get help? And decided to do it.
There was a couple of points. One was I OD'd on a club floor, and then another one I was ODing. That was actually the first time I felt the slowdown. And what I was talking about, where everything slowed down, I was having a party in my penthouse apartment, and I couldn't function. Yeah. And I was like, it's time to go. And so, man, this sounds horrible, but I was laying and it is. You know, I'm not condoning this shit. It was a good time, but it'll fucking kill you. And I remember kicking everybody out, knowing that I was probably about to die, and realizing it was Mother's Day. And I called my fucking mom, just whacked out of my mind, from Colombia. And I remember like thinking like, I'm not going to come out of this one. I'm probably going. And I felt so guilty. Like I was like, God damn, dude, I'm calling my mom on Mother's Day, whacked out of my mind. And I'm probably going to die at the end of this phone call. And then the next call, I was talking to my parents, and because I'm really close with my family, and I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I need help, but I wouldn't tell them, you know, what I was doing or what I was involved with, and that's about right after that. Something happened where the federal police were on me.
No shit.
Yeah, and so I basically surveilled my way to the airport.
The Colombian federal police or the American?
It was either them or a cartel.
Jesus.
Was after me, posing as federal police.
Yeah.
And I saw them. They'd set up a OP on the building across from mine. And the doorman that I was paying off is the one that told me. I thought he was lying to me. And but anyways, I got out of the Colombia, went home, flew to where my parents were living at the time in Missouri. And I don't even remember opening up. But I must have told him everything one night. Like I said, I was extreme alcoholic too. Like when I met you, I was drinking about a bottle of wine a night, which I thought was nothing. I used to drink about 2 bottles of vodka a day. And I went home, and I must have been shit-faced. I remember waking up. My dad was like, hey, we were supposed to go to a ball game together in St. Louis. And he's like, we're not going to go I was like, oh shit, am I late? And he's like, no, he's like, it's fine. We're not going to go. He's like, I have a couple of psychiatrists I'd like you to talk to. And I was like, I'm not fucking talking to this. You know, I'm not. But I played nice, and I could just see like my parents' face. And I was like, fuck, man, I must have opened a lot of doors that I don't remember doing last night, because they're very concerned, and they knew before.
Did your mom know you were bombed on Mother's Day when you called?
No, she still doesn't, so she'll know if she listens to this.
I doubt your mom listens to my show, but you never know.
But
stranger things have happened.
She listened to the first one.
Really?
Yeah. So so that's about the point where I was like, I need to get my shit together, you know, or I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And it still took me a while. You know, I struggled with it a little bit more. I moved to South Florida, which trying to get away from cocaine is not the best place to move, but it was better than Colombia, and that's when I started getting some mental help. Yeah.
Was the process timeline wise from when you made that decision until like you really felt like you had control of your life and had a good grasp on everything? What was that time frame? Like how long did that take?
About 3.5 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
Did you relapse or have any struggles during that process where you're like, fuck it, and you went back to doing any of that shit?
I went back to Panama once and got kind of ran a gauntlet down there. And then the last thing, the last straw where it really, really just sunk in was I tried to kill myself.
Oh shit!
In my garage, and yeah, I woke up and like I legitimately tried to kill myself. Left the car running.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, I was driving an Audi A6 at the time. I drove it into the garage. Came from the Blue Martini, Boca Raton, shit faced. It was actually just a couple of days after I met my wife for the first time, believe it or not.
Wow.
And yeah, I pulled in the garage, leaned the seat back, left the car running, closed the garage door. Don't remember it, but woke up in my bed, and my whole fucking condo at the time smelled like gasoline. And I was like, what the hell? What is that? And I went downstairs, saw the couch, and I had a gun that I don't carry down there, so I don't know if I was going to try to shoot myself or not. But then I was like, what the fuck? My clothes were all down there. And then I went and I was like, where is the smell coming from? I went to the garage door, that goes into the house. I touched the handles. It was hot. And I was like, oh shit, still hammered, and fucked up on drugs, thinking, well, there must be a fire in here or something. So if I open the door, I'll probably just get blown away. So I opened the door, nothing happened, and I saw my car running. And I was like, what the fuck? And I looked in the car. My seat was reclined, and my phone was in there, and there was some texts on there. And it got so hot. I can't believe I didn't fucking die. And this is one of the reasons I actually believe in a higher power now. Is it got so hot that the fucking gas tank melted, and the gasoline was leaking onto the exhaust muffler.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it never caught fire. And I was like, holy shit, what do I do? Do I open the garage? I was scared if any spark mind you, I was fucking whacked out of my mind, but I was scared. I was like, if any spark happens right now, this whole place is going to go up. So I was like, don't open the garage door. Just turn the car off. So I turned the car off, and then I wound up opening the garage door anyways. But yeah, the damn. So then, yep, that was the wake up call.
So from that point, you kind of had the internal come to Jesus meeting of like, hey, I gotta fucking do better and get my shit together. And then from that point on, you've been on the straight and narrow.
I wouldn't say the straight and narrow, but
or the crooked
I did
and
quit.
fucking wide.
I quit drinking vodka. I called my best friend Dave Rutherford that morning. Unfortunately, he wasn't in town, but we had a conversation, and then I called two women that I give credit saving my life. One of them is my doctor, who I can't say her name, but she does a lot of work with special operations veterans now. Because of me and my best friend, we kind of opened some doors up. And then Peggy Matthews, who runs a nonprofit, she's gotten just about everybody I know 100% disability from the VA.
Yeah.
Special operations guys, and they kind of, I made some promises, and I think that was the last time I had vodka.
Yeah.